Week 3 previews. The next preview here is for a AFC North Division matchup between the Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens. This game will take place in Cleveland, and you have both these teams coming in with a record of 1-1, both off big wins. You had Baltimore beating Pittsburgh last Thursday night, and you had Cleveland, beating New Orleans at home last week in thrilling fashion as well. And when you talk about the Browns, this is a team through 2 weeks that has not turned the ball over yet. And I think the recipe for success against the Ravens is going to be similar. Let's keep the ball out of the Ravens' hands. Let's control the clock. Let's make good, solid, conservative plays with Brian Hoyer at quarterback. And let's hope we can get the same running game production out of Isaiah Crowell, out of Terrence West that we've gotten here the first 2 weeks. I think that's going to be the remedy for success for the Browns, and hope that their defense, which I think is an above-average unit, can clamp down on the Ravens, who have had 2 Jekyll and Hyde performances offensively. I thought absolutely terrible in Week 1 versus Cincinnati, and a lot better last week versus the Steelers. And can that Browns offense, limit turnovers and hopefully have no turnovers and give that defense a chance? I think that's something key to watch here. What does Mike Pettin do from a defensive standpoint? I thought last week he decided to take away the Saints receivers and let Jimmy Graham run a little bit wild. Does he do the same this week against the Ravens? Does he take away Steve Smith and Torrey Smith and see if Dennis Pitta and Owen Daniels can beat him in the middle of the field? That remains to be seen. But you look at a team in the Ravens defensively have yet to let up a touchdown this season. So you have a team that's yet to let up a touchdown on defense against a team on offense that has yet to turn the ball over. So we'll see if Baltimore can force Brian Hoyer into some turnovers. I think this Baltimore defense, not much heralded coming into the season, but when you look at it, they still have Suggs, they still have Doomerville, they have Nada in the middle, and of course in the middle linebacker they have the rookie there, and they also have Darryl Smith. So I don't know, and Jimmy Smith seems like he's emerging as one of the top corners in the NFL. So when you combine all that, maybe there should have been a little bit more buzz about this Ravens defense coming into the year. And to me, the defense I think will be pretty consistent for the Ravens all year. But can that offense develop any consistency led by Joe Flacco, Gary Kubiak? The game he wants to play is the game they played last week. Set up play action passes. Don't have Flacco throw the ball 60 times like he did in Week 1. Bernard Pierce and I thought Justin Forsett looked very well last week. Can they run the ball with that same consistency on the Browns? That remains to be seen here this week. I'm interested to see the Mike Pettin, Gary Kubiak matchup, battle of wits, if you will, because Pettin comes from that Rex Ryan tree, and they always seem to have some different wrinkle that the offense hasn't prepared for during the week, and it's up to that offense in game to have to adjust. Can the Ravens make that adjustment? I think it's going to be a pretty big deal in this one. Can Brian Hoyer make the big play when he needs to? To me, is going to be interesting to watch. He's been pretty good through 2 weeks. Not great, though. But can he have a knack for the moment against a divisional team, against Joe Flacco, who has a great history playing against the Browns? And I'm sure I don't have to tell any Browns fans that. But these two teams, bitter rivals for obvious reasons with their franchise histories. I like the Ravens in this one, minus the 1.5 on the road in Cleveland. That place is going to be hopping and jumping, and I think the fans are great there. But I just think in the end, Baltimore a little bit more well-rounded team, and I like Flacco a little bit more than I like Hoyer in a game where I think the onus is going to be on the quarterbacks to make good decisions, but also make plays down the field. So, guys, let me know what you think. Hit me up in the comments. Hit me up on Twitter. Be sure to subscribe. I preview every game every week. Always talking the NFL. Thanks a lot for listening. Have a great day.